Hey there, Sage Canaday of VO2 Max Productions here, and Sandy and I are camping outside of Leadville. We're right under Mount Albert, Mount Massive. Mount Albert's the highest point in the state of Colorado, 14,400 something feet. I'm going to go up them tomorrow on a long run, but I just wanted to introduce to you this new series. It won't be quite as formal of a series as Training for an OTQ was, but I do want to do some training videos heading into UTMB, which will be my big focus of the summer. It's at the end of August, and it's going to be my first 100-mile race. And to tell you the truth, I'm scared shitless. It's terrifying. Just the sheer distance. If it was 100 meters just on a track, I'd be scared shitless basically because it's a really long distance. I've never run more than 12 hours at a time, and when I did, it was a total disaster. Ironically, here in the mountains of Colorado at the Yurok 100K, which I think I overtrained before, but I'll get into that in a minute. And then the sheer amount of vertical here. We're talking about close to the same amount of climbing as you'd encounter in the Hard Rock 100 here in Colorado, which is about 30,000, I think over 30,000 feet of climbing during the race, 104 miles long. You go through 3 countries. You start in Chamonix, in France. You go through Italy, and you go through Switzerland and back around. It's a very prestigious race. It attracts a lot of international talent, and we'll have top Americans there. I know Rob Carr said he's going to do it. Just won Western States near course record time. Seth Swanson, who got second at Western States, as well as tons of European talent. I don't think Francois Dehane's going to be over there this year, but he does have the course record. It's over 20 hours, just for some perspective. It's almost 6 hours slower than the Western States 100 course record time. So that's the kind of pace that we're dealing with. And extreme mountain environments, again, hypothermia could do me in, a cold rain could do me in, the mud on the trail, the technicality of the trail, and the sheer pounding of vertical, as well as a stiff competition. I think Luis Alberto Hernando is going to be there. Tons of French guys that are super good, that have super amount of experience on the course in that type of terrain in the Swiss Alps. And Sandy and I are actually lucky. We're going to go over there a month early to train. So I'll hope to document some footage over in Chamonix as well for you guys. But right now, it's training in Colorado. And I am going to do a race leading up to that in about 4 weeks here. 4.5 weeks, the Speed Goat 50K, which is a race I always like to do. It's a nice 50K with 12,000 feet of climbing, up to 12,000 feet of altitude, and it's one I've done the last couple years. It's probably my best ultra performance ever last year. My best ultra race last year, hands down, is at this race. And Carl Speed Goat Meltzer, I'm wearing the Speed Goats by the way, he organizes this race, and it's a really nice Hoka type of event and a very challenging race, but I think it'll be good for the build-up going into UTMB, because it's a mountainous 50K going into this mountainous 100-miler. And, looking at it in terms of training, I don't have a lot of experience at 100-mile distance since it's my first one. And so I don't know what to expect. And I know the longer the distance, the more things can go exponentially wrong. There's more of a variable. There's more variables that could result in a lot of errors. And my number one error that I'm trying to control, besides dialing into nutrition, having good gear, having a good pacing strategy, good mental outlook on the thing, is the training, the actual physical preparation you do for your body. So it means a lot of vertical. For me, I haven't done a whole lot in the past. I'm definitely trying to ramp up over 20 or 30,000 feet per week, because I'll have to do that all in one day during the course of the race. So 20,000 feet or 30,000 feet of climbing per week is a lot for me in the mountains. I'm trying to get up to altitude. Good thing is Chamonix is not super high. I don't even know how high you go up there, but tomorrow I'm going up to 14,000 feet twice during the course of a long run. So it should be good preparation. And then just spending the time on your feet, I think, is important. The long runs, just the sheer muscle pounding is the thing that scares me the most. So my heart and lungs, usually I'm not limited by that as much. And all else aside, nutrition, with trying to keep your stomach from turning on you and keeping well hydrated and well fueled is also real key. And again, I'm on a high carb diet, and I fuel, I think, pretty appropriately, but I've had my stomach turn before, and it's always a concern. And then mentally, you just have to be in it. You got to be tough for over 20 hours, and you got to compete at the highest level. And I wouldn't have it any other way. People were like, "Well, it's a bad idea. He's doing this really mountainous 100-miler in a foreign country as his first 100." But to me, that's having fun with the whole spectrum of mutt running. You're going from running races like the Boston Marathon or the Comrades Ultra to to doing these extreme mountain skyrunning type of races over 100 miles in distance, and you really get the full spectrum of every surface, every distance, and that's kind of what I'm all about. And I want to try to compete on the world stage in all these different events. So it could be a tough transition. It could be a rude awakening. I could end up in a fetal position at mile 60, crying myself in the dark because you have to run all night. But you know, it's a challenge, and it's a huge endeavor, and I'm trying to go into it with a positive mental outlook and at least learn something from it. Because guaranteed, good, bad, DNF, finish last, don't finish, you know, it's going to be an experience, and it's going to be something that you could learn from. So I hope you could share along in this journey and witness some of the training that goes into this process. But thanks again for following along on this channel. Thanks for subscribing. I wish your training's going well this summer, and stay tuned for more via 2Max Productions.